Hello, I hope you're doing well today. Today we're going to be looking at the Demoniacal Fit, the coming one, free the future. If you don't know what that is by the name, that is definitely not Trunks from definitely not Dragon Ball Z. So going ahead and just looking at this package, this is actually what the box is shipped in, which is really neat. You can see we have the logo and the name of the character name on this box, and then underneath we have the actual packaging. So we'll get this open and then take a look at what's inside. So this is what's inside the other box. As you can see, we have not Trunks in his Super Saiyan form in here. No jacket either, which is, I guess, the trademark of this figure. As we can see, this is kind of the older style SH Figuarts packaging. We can kind of see this picture of the figure here. You can see the joints there, so it's not just a picture of Trunks. Turning to the side, we have Trunks in his regular form. You can tell by the hair. And then on the back, we have some pictures of the figure. Just some up-close shots, and then a couple of poses. That looks nice. Nothing on this side. Opening at the top. And that's all we got for the package. It's a nice thick box, which means he's got a lot of accessories. So let's just go ahead and take a look at what he's got. All right, so here's not Trunks in the tray with his accessories. We have, I guess, two layers, two shells. On the left, let's just go ahead and take a look at what he's got first there. I don't think... I've actually had this guy for a while. This is not my first time opening him. He's been on the shelf, but I just recently packed all my figures up and moved, so I'm taking him back out to put with my other Dragon Ball figures, and so I figured I'd do a video because he's fairly new. So here's this accessory. This is just him holding his Capsule Corp jacket here, not Capsule Corp jacket. We have a little extra hand here that is, I think, glued to the jacket for holding it, and you'll just attach that to his wrist peg. We'll get some pictures of that later, and it's well sculpted, a nice soft plastic, slit holes in the sleeves, so pretty nice. You can see the little details like the button being painted, and the logo looks pretty good as well. And come on. And here we have another jacket accessory. This is going to be not Trunks taking off his not Capsule Corp jacket. We can see the hands here, once again glued, and I guess you'll just, you can stick his arms with his pegs into that hole. Again, we'll get some pictures, well detailed like the other one, the seam lines and the painted buttons, so that's nice. Here we have some interchangeable hands that are hands like they're going into his pockets on his pants down here. So these are cast in a nice matte gray here, maybe not cast, maybe painted. And again, you can see his hands will just peg into them. And then lastly, for this tray, we have his arms where he does his thing before he fights Frieza. So I don't actually know what this is called. I'm actually a fairly new Dragon Ball Z fan. I've watched Kai. I haven't seen the original, so just because it was on Hulu. Here we can see his watch sculpted in there, and that looks good. So, all right, now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at not Trunks' other tray here. We can see we've got a couple faces and a lot of hands, so we'll just go ahead and pop this open, see what comes out. Something I don't like about SH Figuarts packaging, and I guess this one by extension, is the hands and the faces sit really loosely. It's really hard. I feel like I have a hard time getting the hands to stay still if I'm repackaging, or if I tilt this up too much, it's all definitely gonna fall out. Pardon that, would you? So, where should we start? I guess we can start, let's get the figure out first. Let's scoot him over here. I guess the first thing we can start with are his alternate heads here. So this is base form Trunks. I'm sorry, base form, not Trunks, with his purple hair here, and he's got kind of a side eye here. The hair is well done, sculpted. It looks like Trunks, no complaints there. It's got the little pointy face like Dragon Ball characters have, not Dragon Ball characters have. And again, the side eye, he does not have interchangeable face plates for his base form heads. So if you're gonna display him with the base form head, this is your only option right here. Well, your only, you know what I mean. Because there's another base form head with windswept hair and an angry face. And this, let's see, this looks pretty nice here, well sculpted. I would say that this will accomplish whatever you want with angry face, windswept hair poses. So I'd say overall that looks fairly nice. We're gonna have an interchangeable hair piece here for Trunks, not Trunks, with the bangs that are kind of gonna come down. We'll just bring him in real quick. So you can see the hair is kind of up here, here it's down. I'm not all that particular. I'm not sure when his hair looks like this and when his hair looks like the other one. But you have that option. All right, and for not Trunks here, we have a couple of other faces for his not Super Saiyan form. We got a gritty teeth face, not unlike that base form head, and then an angry face, or a yelling face. Everything looks nice. Line work is clean. The mouth is well painted on the inside. The eyes are nice and blue. The lines on the face are kind of more of a red color, which works, I would say. And yeah, we'll get some pictures with all of these accessories. Now we have a ton of hands. I'm just gonna speed run this as best I can. Here we have big open hand, kind of soft on the details, which I think is fine. It's a cartoon. We have some fighting pose hands here with the fingers. It might be like the kind of hands that I showed a minute ago with the alternate swappable arms. Or no, maybe it's these, with kind of the one finger. So there's that. Here we've got a halt hand. Stop there. I guess this will be like a blast type hand. And then we've got some just gripping hands for his sword. And some fist hands, if I can. The fist hands are what come on him in the package. I did change one of them out and then didn't repackage it with his original hands. So, and a fist hand. So, last thing for Mr. Not Trunks here, most importantly, I would say, is his Not Trunks sword. So, here we have the sword in the scabbard with this little strap here. I will say the strap is very hard to stay pegged into place. I'll put it that way, especially when you try to put it across his body. We may experience that together in a moment when I get the actual figure out to look at. But overall, we've got a strap here. The buckle is painted silver with a nice orange. The blue of the strap matches on the scabbard here. Some nice silver paint here, and then we've got the sword. Black handle, not a red handle, or maybe it is supposed to be a black handle and this is red, I can't remember. And we can take the sword out, and yeah, it looks really nice. It's got some nice silver to it, nice shine. So I think that that looks really nice. And the handle is actually more of a dark brown, maybe hard to tell. And then when you want to slip this into Trunks' hands, Mr. Not Trunks' hands, his gripping hands are sculpted like this with his fingers attached. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this little piece off right here and you're going to slide it into his hand. So, and then don't lose that. So, now that we've looked at all that Mr. Not Trunks comes with, we're going to go ahead and take a look at Mr. Not Trunks. All right, and here is Mr. Not Trunks out of the packaging and none of his accessories on. I would say overall, he's a nice looking Not Trunks that we've got here. If you don't know, Demoniacal Fit is a third-party company. I'm pretty sure Bandai is the only one who has legal rights to make Dragon Ball figures. So Demoniacal Fit makes not Dragon Ball figures for about half the price of what the SH Figuarts may be for, or the same price depending. I know that the SH Figuarts Trunks that's getting a reissue that has the jacket on is going to be upwards of $90. I don't remember how much I got this one for, maybe closer to $50. The longer that these guys are out, this guy's been out several months, the longer they're out, the price kind of jumps up more, so he's probably going to be more about $70, but I'm happy with what I got here. I like the not jacket look more than the jacket look, probably, maybe. So I think this guy looks great. He's got some nice muscle there. He's nice and buff, like a Dragon Ball character should be, or not Dragon Ball character. The one thing I did like the jacket for is it added a bit more color than just black and gray. But overall, I would say that this captures the look that they're going for. So before we get any closer look at Mr. Not Trunks here, we are going to take a look at his height and then see how he scales with some other figures. So let's get the tape measure out. Boom. To the top of his hair, Mr. Not Trunks stands right at about 6 inches. And then to the top of his, I guess, hairline, he's actually just below 5.5. So he's, I'd say, well-sized for an SH, or let me put it this way. I think he'll fit in with your SH Figuarts. Here we have a Mr. Actual Goku. This is not a not Goku. This is the relatively new Games Begin Goku. Hold on. All right, let's try that again. This is the relatively new Games Begin Actual Goku. So from SH Figuarts, I got this at a GameStop. He's pretty widely available. I still see him at Walmarts and Targets. So this is kind of like the new standard for Goku, and he stands a bit taller than Mr. Not Trunks here. As you can see, his shoulders are up higher, head's up higher. I would say that this is a fair enough scaling. About the same time, another third-party company known as Tonson Art Toys released a Trunks in the same style and Not Trunks in the same style. And I liked the look of him, but he was just way too tall. The quality of the figure may have been better than this one here, but the scaling was just way off in my opinion. So I like this a lot better. Now here we're gonna introduce Mr. Actual Vegeta. Now this is not the new Dangerous Pride Vegeta. I have not gotten around to picking him up yet. Funds are tight. So here I have the kind of older, I don't even remember what it's called, with the shinier hair on the older style body. This guy is also still fairly available. GameStops, Walmarts. I got this at a Walmart. And I would say that the scaling is good. People say this Vegeta is too tall and that the new one is the right height. I haven't looked that closely. I will take their word for it, but the height of this Vegeta has never bothered me. So that's some scaling there. Lastly, we're going to take a look at, well, not lastly, but as far as Dragon Ball goes, we're going to take a look at the Dragon Star's Perfect Cell. And he is actually too tall with his little ears to fit into the frame. That's not going to work. Okay. As you can see, he's really tall. He towers over Mr. Not Trunks here. And I think that works. If you're getting into collecting Dragon Ball figures and you're collecting SH Figuarts and you're looking into getting a cell, I would highly suggest looking at, it's still Bandai, but the Dragon Star's Perfect Cell. In my opinion, he looks a lot better than the SH Figuarts Perfect Cell, and he's like a quarter of the price at least. So that is all of my Dragon Ball figures that I've brought out to put Trunks next to. And lastly, we have the DC Universe Classics, The Question. In case you want to cross over Dragon Ball figures with DC figures for some reason, maybe you have this. Question is a good bit taller than Mr. Not Trunks, which I say works. So now that we've gotten all of that out of the way, finally, we can take a look at Mr. Not Trunks nice and closely. So let's go ahead and do that. So starting off with Mr. Not Trunks' hair, I would say that stylistically it matches up with the sort of newer style of Super Saiyan hair, like on the Games Begin Goku that we looked at. It's got kind of that paler, flat yellow. Maybe doesn't have as much orange in it, shading in it, but it's still kind of in there in those crevices there. So I'd say the sculpt and the paint is there. Stylistically, it's up to you. If you think that matches well enough, I do. Here we have his little bangs here. Kind of pliable. I would just be careful with that. Face, this is just the basic face that comes on him in the package, and it looks good. Looks nice and stern, looks like the character. I already talked about some of the line work is clean. I would say this has everything that you would want for a Not Trunks. Be careful how you move the head. You might get a little bit of separation between the face plates. So watch out for that. And then we got a nice lean muscular build here. Got some big shoulders, some well-defined arms here. This top piece is, I wouldn't call it soft. It's a bit of a, some of it is kind of a bit of a separate, well, no, it's not. So the chest is sculpted to the tank top here, but the shoulder caps are not. And that works well. We'll look at that more in articulation for why that works well, in my opinion. But overall, you can see the chest is well painted, well sculpted underneath. Again, good bit of muscle definition. I like that. It's got a nice shape to him. Down here, we have his little wristwatch. There we go. And that is well detailed. You can even see like the little notches on for the numbers. And this is a separate piece, so when you change out the hands, be careful not to lose that. Here we have a belt. That is also a separate piece, and it matches his boots. Nice brown. It also matches his strap with some of the blue in there and the gold brownish buckle. So down here we have hips. This gets this from the SH Figuarts Trunks release. Are these hips that just come out way too far, in my opinion. They're kind of starting to do it on all of their figures. Like, you can see how far, like, the thigh cut rides up, and yeah, it kind of meets up here, but I mean, if you're gonna display it or pose it a different way, like, it comes way out. I think it would just be better if hip joints were made flush to the leg, or thigh cuts were made flush to the leg, like Mr. Question here. I have better examples with me, but I can't get to them right now, like some of the Jada figures. But even like Storm Arena was making their thigh cuts flush, and yes, I just happen to have this on hand, and now they're not anymore. So it's kind of a weird choice, in my opinion. It would look a lot better if these were just, I don't know, sculpted flatly to the upper leg, if you even know what I'm talking about at all. And then we have his baggy pants here. There's no shading anywhere on the figure except a little bit in the hair. These are a nice dark gray. That makes it kind of differ up from the shirt a little bit. And the pants are baggy pants. We'll look at how those look with his knee joint. But as we can see, we got a lot of wrinkling here. We got a seam line. And then down here we've got his boots. Again, no shading. It makes it look kind of cheap. Not very well detailed, but I mean, it's got some kind of hard sculpt there. Different straps and stuff. And then going down to the foot, we've got some kind of ribbing at the toe down here. And then the soles are sculpted and painted. So overall, I would say I like the look of this guy. I think he's going to fit in with your SH Figuarts if that's what you want to do. This is my preferred look for Trunks for some reason. I don't know why. I just like it. So I was happy to get this guy. I got into Dragon Ball probably like 9 or so months ago, and it just so happened to be when all of these new figures of these characters were coming out, like the Games Begin Goku and this guy. So I got in at a good time because I really got in for the action figures. I thought the action figures looked cool, so I wanted to start watching Dragon Ball. And so here we go. This guy gets the job done for me personally. But before we come to a close, like it sounds like I'm doing, we're gonna look at his posability. So I'm gonna take his face off and see what kind of joint we got. Let's take the hair off and the face off. And okay, so on the inside of the head here, if you can tell, we've got a double ball peg, which is nice. Obviously it's not going to move like this with the face on. So let's go ahead and put the face back on and see how that moves. Wrong way. Okay. Mr. Not Trunks can look up. Decently. He can look down well enough. Again, beware of the separation there. And he gets a good bit of tilt there. So he can kind of do his little that there. The neck is on a joint as well, as you can see. That will actually help him in looking down a good bit, I would say. Not much side-to-side movement. I think this is mostly just going to help Mr. Trunks here. Mr. Not Trunks look down. Here, the arms are going to be on a ball socket on the inside of the shoulder, which is nice. So we're going to get all of that. And you can see the separate piece moving around. I really like tank top characters because you can get in the butterfly joints and also hide it fairly well. Because butterfly joints are hard to hide, but the way that a tank top looks, you can cover that up. So I like that. It's the same thing with the Jada Balrog, which we'll look at one day. So you can have the shoulder way down here. You can have it way up here. So that works. Going back, I would say it'll go back far enough for what you're trying to accomplish. Going forward, we'll have to see, can he cross over? Yes, he can cross over a good bit, and we'll look at if he can dual wield the sword. Spoiler alert, he can. It takes some finagling, but he can. Here we got the hinge at the shoulder. Can raise the arm up about that high, past 90. Comes down, rotation. Here we've got our bicep swivel. We've got our double jointed elbow here. That's getting all that range on the bottom one. And that'll go as far as you need it to, probably. The wrists are on a ball hinge. So, and they actually get a fair bit of range there. Coming down, going back up, watch out for the watch. I'm rotating it around. There we go, like that. So the wrists are actually work really well. So that is nice. So top joint at the torso here. This is neutral. We're gonna move him down there. And he gets a fair bit of crunch just on that top joint, I would say. Gets gappy in the back, but just a little bit. Leaning back on just that top joint, not as great. Now combining with that bottom joint, Yeah, that'll do. Can we get him to look up? No, we cannot. He's just, if you're gonna bend him all the way over, don't have him like this. You're gonna have to have him like this probably. Or do what you want with your action figures. Here, leans back far enough. Again, this is a floaty piece, so this is gonna stay out of the way. Hips, I will warn you that you gotta be careful with the hips because you will scratch up the tops of his little thighs here. So you gotta be careful. But going out to the side, he gets pretty much all the way splits. You gotta be careful. He can go back that far. I'm only showing you how far he goes back because he gets gappy here at the hips, which I think is a problem with the original SH Figure Arts release as well. Going forward, he can kick up to about 90 degrees. He might kick higher, but his thighs are gonna get in the way probably, I think. This guy is not like the modern SH Figure Arts, like this Games Begin Goku here. Games Begin Goku has a soft chest piece and a soft diaper piece, so it'll flex a little bit and allow him to get past 90. It's kind of been a complaint amongst the third-party collecting community with Demoniacal Fit that they aren't doing these soft hip pieces and it's limiting the range. So be aware of that. You get your thigh swivel there. Double jointed knees that have some gaps in them, I would say. It's not the best looking thing, and the range is not all there. I mean, it should be enough probably, but yeah, you can see all that gapping in there. So that's not my favorite. I think it still probably looks better than that old Goku body that they used for a long time. Moving down to the boot, there's no boot swivel or anything, but the ankles are on the ball hinge and they will swivel. They don't point very far forward. They can go up just a little bit and we get our pivot here. And I would say that this is mostly a design of the boot and maybe not so much the joint itself. I'm not sure. The boot does get in the way. And then lastly, we have a toe joint that really does not get much range at all. Yeah, I think that's about all he's got there. So articulation wise is, I would give it a, will do what you need him to do out of 10 probably. I haven't had any complaints. I'll get some pictures of him in various poses, just some cool looking poses that I think are cool looking, and then some stuff that he does in the show to see if he can hit those poses, and we'll see. Whoops. That's one thing that scares me about these Dragon Ball figures with their really spiky hair in the back, and if they fall backwards and it like messes up the hair. Because that happened to my Games Begin Goku. He took a shelf dive and his hair is a little, I don't know, scuffed up. It's not as sharp as it used to be. So, overall, would I say that this guy is worth it? He was definitely worth it for the price that I got him for. He comes with a lot of accessories, which is nice. Again, and he comes with more accessories than the SH Figure Arts version does, I do believe. So that is nice, and he's still cheaper. And I like this look better. Overall, if you like this look for Trunks, if this is your preferred look, I would say that this is worth picking up. It was for me. I've enjoyed having him. And I think he fills out my collection nice enough. I'm not going to feel the need to get another Trunks. Because this Not Trunks does just fine. He is a Not Trunks. As for the ethical dilemma about whether or not to buy third-party figures that use molds from companies that have the rights, because there is some reuse below the hips from the SH Figure Arts and the heads, probably. That is up for you to decide where you stand on that. I personally don't like that Bandai has a monopoly on Dragon Ball figures, but I mean, that's just how it is, because they can make bad figures and people are going to buy them anyway. So third party, it's nice to have, but it does provide an ethical dilemma. You decide your own level of involvement with that. I just want to talk about this Not Trunks figure. That's definitely not Trunks from definitely not Dragon Ball Z. So, I appreciate you watching. I hope I added some input that maybe nobody else has. If there's any way I can improve, let me know. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you.